See, this is why the Bible says a whore is a deep ditch and a strange woman is a narrow pit. Even the Bible tell you to stay away from these hoes. Now this whore mother of three here kills her white daddy. He was paying her $11,000 for all this stupid stuff, which doesn't make any sense. He could just go get him a wife and pay her, give her the money. But this situation is wild. Not only that, she filmed herself live while she was killing him. Crazy, I tell you, boy. Let's watch this. Put your thoughts in the comments. I'm your boy Zillionaire.
Wrapping a man up in saran wrap like a mummy and gluing boots on his feet, not something you hear about often. But what if I tell you some people pay for that, to explore their own fetishes? However, that kinky sex act left a man dead. Now the OnlyFans model he hired to engage in the sex acts is charged with his murder. So the spicy content creator's attorney denies that she intended to kill him. But police say while the man was unresponsive, she kept on filming for her OnlyFans. So this happened back in April of 2023. But let's take you back a month earlier. That's when 55-year-old Michael Dale first contacted 31-year-old Michaela Larsden. Police say he spotted her on a website usually used for hiring escorts and spicy dancers, i.e. strippers. Investigators say Michael had an interesting request for Michaela. He wanted her to wrap him up in saran wrap like a mummy and glue women's boots to his feet. Like I said, interesting request. Michaela reportedly said to police that it was the first time she ever engaged in, well, I guess you can put it as fetish behavior. The two met up on April 17th of that same year. Now, their encounter was reportedly between two consenting adults engaging in bondage, discipline, dominance, submission, sadism, and masochism. BDSM. That night around 6 p.m., Michaela went over to Michael's home. Michaela told investigators Michael appeared intoxicated, but they still engaged in their tryst. And she spent several hours with Michael and played out his fetish at his request. Again, as long as it's two consenting adults, what's the harm, right? Well, it was fine until a 911 call came in. When officers arrived, Michaela was performing CPR on Michael. He was rushed to the hospital, but declared brain dead the next day. A few days later, he was taken off life support. His cause of death? Deprivation of oxygen to the brain, meaning police think he suffocated to death. But here's the thing. It's not like Michaela was arrested then and there. However, she did cooperate with the investigation. Police say she handed over her phone, but what detectives saw was troubling, as they noted it. On her phone, police say that there were videos of Michael struggling to breathe. He had duct tape over his mouth, a plastic bag over his head, more saran wrap, then duct tape over his face and head. Police say his wrists were bound, his fingers were covered in duct tape, his legs were wrapped in plastic, and police say he was unable to remove the bag or wrappings that were over his head. It's pretty horrifying to think about. And there's more. Now, police say while he was laying there unresponsive, Michaela allegedly kept on filming content for her OnlyFans. Police say she filmed herself performing a sex act nearby, but didn't lay into what exactly it was. They say the footage was shot just moments before she called 911, but police say Michaela denied putting the bag over Michael's head. During their investigation, they learned more. Like that Michael paid Michaela $11,000 to have conversations with him and to come up to his house, tie him up, and perform other bondage acts with him. Michael's roommate reportedly told police he saw Michaela super freaked out. His roommate told police he saw Michael on the floor in his sweatpants wrapped in saran wrap from his hips down. Prosecutors say while the evidence shows Michael hired her to perform bondage and fetish acts, there's no indication he asked Michaela to obstruct his breathing or put tape over his mouth or a plastic bag over his head. But Michaela's attorney says that there was no intent to kill him and no attempt to cover up what happened. According to the Orange County Register, her attorney also questioned Michael's cause of death, pointing to the combination of alcohol and a prescription drug in his system. So what happens next? Well, trial. Michaela was arrested last month. The mom of three was charged with second-degree murder and pleaded not guilty to her charges. Ultimately, it'll be up to a jury to decide whether or not Michaela is guilty or not guilty of second-degree murder.